Hi everyone. Before I start, I want you to imagine something for a second. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, not because of an alarm, but because of the sound of rushing water. You step down from your bed and suddenly you are kneaded into a cold muddy water. Your furniture is floating, your books are ruined, and your safety is gone. No, this isn't a movie scene. This is the reality for 1,000 people in Sumatra recently. We've seen the headlines, haven't we? Flash flood hit Sumatra, villages submerged, and it's so heartbreaking. But today, I'm not just here to report the news, I am here to connect the dots. So, I want to talk about why this is happening, and more importantly, how a massive gamble currently happening in another island, Papua, might lead us to the exact same tragedy. My name is Khalilah Ghina, representative of Faculty of Medicine, and let's dive into an issue of land use change, palm oil, and our commitment to SDGs number 15. So, first of all, let's talk about Sumatra. Why does it keep flooding? Is it just the rain? Well, scientifically speaking, the rain is the trigger, but it's not the root cause. The root cause is the loss of our ecological buffer. For decades, Sumatra has been the engine of Indonesia's plantation economy. We converted a million hectares of rainforest into monoculture plantation. When we strip the land of its diverse vegetation, the soil loses its ability to absorb the water. It's like pouring a bucket of water into a concrete floor versus pouring it into a sponge. And the rainforest is the sponge. Without it, the water runs off, carries the soil, and crashes down into the village downstream. We know this, the data is there, we have experienced the consequences. But yet, ironically, we are currently standing on the same edge of the same history on the easternmost part of our country, Papua. I recently read a very interesting yet worrying piece from Pinter Politik titled Pertaruhan Sawit Papua. It discussed how Papua are now seen as the last frontier for palm oil expansion in Indonesia. You see, after the moratorium on new permits on Western, now the industry is looking to the east. The article highlights a massive dilemma. On one hand, there is this narrative economic development. They say palm oil brings road, it brings job, it brings money. And let's be fair, economic is matters, but at what cost? The article points out that a million hectares of rainforest in Papua are now being targeted. We are talking about the last great forest on Earth, a biodiversity hotspot that is crucial not just for Indonesia but also for the global climate. And the scary part is the pattern. It looks exactly like what happened in Sumatra and Kalimantan 20 or 30 years ago. Large scale land clearing, ignoring the rights of the indigenous people, and prioritizing a short term profit over the long term ecological stability. It's like we are watching a rerun of a tragic movie, and we already know the ending. And the ending is the flood that I described in the beginning of this speech. This brings us directly to Sustainable Development Goal number 15, Life on Land. The goal isn't just about saving cute animals or hugging trees, but it is about human survival. It calls for protection, restoration, and promotion of sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem. If we allow a massive deforestation in Papua to proceed unchecked, like Pertaruhan or a massive gamble that mentioned in the article, we are failing SDGs 15. And when we fail SDGs 15, we are inevitably fail other goals. We trigger floods, hurting economic growth, we displace people, increasing poverty, and we release gigatons of carbon, accelerating climate change. It's so frustrating, right? It's like because we already have the knowledge. We know that the sustainable of agroforestry exists. We know that we can optimize existing plantation instead of opening new forests. We know that the indigenous people in Papua have protected those forests for centuries better than any corporation could. Yet the pressure to expand is massive. So to wrap this up, what can we learn? The flood in Sumatra are a loud wake-up call. They are nature screaming at us that the price of ignoring the environment is too high, and Papua is our chance to do better. We cannot let Papua to become the next Sumatra in in terms of ecological disaster. We have to be the generation that demands sustainable policies. We have to support development that doesn't require destroying the lungs of our planet. The floodwater in Sumatra are eventually recede, but the loss of the rainforest is forever. So let's be ensure that our life on land is truly sustainable, not just for the sake of the trees, but for the sake of our own future. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.